I have a lot to update you on. Kind of book related and kind of in general. I just want to chat. I have books and then some random like favorite items, like life things. I just redid my nails. It's like an icy blue color. I'm obsessed with them. It's like a sky blue. Throwback to the first videos. Nail check. The stack of books in front of me goes up to here so that it's in view of the fucking lens. The majority of that is one book. So I guess I'll start this straight away with books. No, I'm gonna wait. I went to TJ Maxx recently. I got paid from my job, so I was able to like live a little. Started with a random multivitamin because I don't get enough of anything in a day besides sugar. I'm on week 3 of my job. It's a lot easier now. Like I feel like I'm far more comfortable. No, I just finished week 3. I'm on week 4 of the job tomorrow. Today's Sunday. 4/20, or I guess Easter Sunday for the Christians. Anyway, I'm doing a lot better. I have my footing a lot more. I'm more confident in what I'm doing. I know who to reach out to for certain things, and I am more familiar with like all the softwares that I'm using. So I'm very excited about feeling confident in what I'm doing and less of floundering to figure out what the hell's going on. With said paycheck, I went to TJ Maxx. I got on Amazon. I went book shopping. Just kind of updated a lot of things like around the house for like my husband and I, for our pet. Like we have birds. I stocked up on all the good food and pellets for them. Bought my son, my dog. No, he's pouting in the bathroom because I had to leave a minute ago. But bought him food in bulk, replaced our kitchen rug, which was really, really shitty. Replaced our shower rod with a curved shower rod, so it comes out like this and it gives you like an extra like 10 to 15 inches of room, like so that you're not sticking to the shower curtain. We are both not tiny people, so it sucks to be showering and constantly have the shower curtain sticking to you because you're in a space this big when you're this big. Got a wall mount dispenser for shampoo, conditioner, and body wash so that we don't have like bottles all around the place. That's incredible. That also prompted me to like scrub and like deep clean the entire like tiled wall of our shower unit upstairs. That makes me feel a lot better. It's been a very productive weekend despite the fact that I probably should have been resting. I had a big like Excel based project at work. No, I'm gonna come back to this. I'm getting carried away. So TJ Maxx, got a bunch of things with my favorite things. I've gotten deeply in love in this 30th year of my life with scrunchies. So this is what was in my hair. It was a little bit dark. This is a box full of scrunchies that are just like pastel colored and they're like cotton. Not just cotton. Like a cotton synthetic something blend. But all of the colors, they're all like beige nude tones. And there's like a lavender and a pink. I'm obsessed. Went to TJ Maxx and I've bought sets of scrunchies from the Sunday State brand at TJ Maxx. I cannot find them anywhere else. And the last time I looked was like 3 years ago. So I'm feeling very like spring and whimsical, which is probably what's prompting the color choices of this. I know the like spring and whimsy thing is what prompted these being something I was okay with purchasing. They're so pretty, and I only wear like half up, half down hairstyles. So I'm very excited. They're not really big either. They're like the tiny ones. So that's great for just like half of my hair. The scrunchies came from me being very like, just in the 3 weeks that I've had this job, I very much enjoy the separation of home and work. So when I leave work at work most of the time. And when I come home, it's like I deconstruct and what I have always called my whole life, get ugly. I come home, I take off my lashes, my makeup, I throw my hair up in a knot, I put on like an old ratty t-shirt. But my favorite thing is coming home and taking out like the standard hairband or whatever I've used in my hair that day, and then just like brushing my hair, doing any kind of like skincare, self-care or whatever, and then throwing my hair up in a knot with a scrunchie. It just is, it screams comfort to me and I love it. And it gives me that kind of vibe. They're soft, they're cute. I love like lighter tones, but I also love like a good neutral. So there's like this blue, this white, this pretty pink, green, gray, like a khaki color, burnt orange, and then just black. Love. This is the black one that I had that came with the box from Amazon. This was like $6. Yeah, $6. And then the one from the box of these from Amazon was like $4 on a lightning sale, but regular price $6. I got some like go-to staples of jewelry. So I got this necklace, which is like I'll put a screenshot of the listing from Amazon here. Oh, and these earrings, which are like comfort wear. Just a standard like tiny little silver earring. I forget they're in half the time. They're really light, they're super cute. You can buy multiple pairs of them and like link them so it looks like chains and they dangle. Love them. Like I said, got started on them, like just a standard vitamin because I know I'm deficient in things. Would like to get deeper into this and see like what exactly would probably benefit me beyond that. That probably is maybe enough, whatever. Also, I'm so tired of like fashion and beauty and jewelry things being for tiny people when the majority, especially of our country, is big. Nothing about me is tiny. My ring size is a 10. A 10. My shoe size is a 12. 11 and a half on a good day. 12. My size, everything. I'm a double D, like 40 something. I'm 5'9", 295 pounds. I typically wear a fitted t-shirt. For me is a 3X. My favorite shirt is a 4X or a 5X. Like I want to have like room for multiples of me, and that's what that gives me. Or just like baggy, something to feel like tiny in. And something else, like another area where I ran into this issue is with jewelry. So like this necklace showed up, and despite it saying that it had an 18-inch chain, it did not. So I bought extenders for the chains. And so the necklace is great now. it wears like it should have worn. So, oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'm comfortable at work, so I just had some pictures printed for my desk and then got this really cute plant pot at TJ Maxx for a plant to go at my desk because we have a lot of like fluorescent lighting, which is great for them, but we also have a huge window, so there's plenty of light. There has been a big project that was very Excel spreadsheet based that took up a week and a half of my time, and during that week and a half it was just data entry and me analyzing data and then like entering it somewhere else. So it allowed for a lot of audio booking, and that was great. These are from Walmart. They're a Soundcore, I think the brand is like Anchor. Yeah, Anchor Soundcore 20, and they're great. These were like 40 bucks at Amazon. They're noise canceling, they're great, they work super well, they're very comfortable, and they don't heat up, which is a big issue that I've had. I have a more expensive pair that someone got for me that are comfortable and they're cute. They're like a pretty blue color, but they get so hot so fast that it's like there's no point in even starting with it because it's so warm. So that and my receiving my first paycheck sent me down a rabbit hole on Amazon of just reviewing or reading reviews of 100 different kinds of over-ear noise canceling headphones, because there are multiple different people in my office as well at work and they chat constantly. Finally landed on a pair and they came in today. I got the Raycon Everyday Wear headphones. I got them in white with like rose gold, which really just looks pink. Accent, they're very, very thick like ear pieces. They're very soft to the touch. There's a big like fluff on the headband. I just got them and put them on today. I haven't like sat and worked with them, used them or anything, but they feel great. They're super cute. So I'm excited to work with them and see how they feel, but I cannot stop looking at them. They're just so cute. And they, oh my god, they are really comfortable. So anyway, so audiobooking. I have a particular book has been in my orbit, I guess, that it has stayed in the back of my mind. It's not something that I think I could sit down and read myself because I don't think I would hear it in the right voice. It's cozy fantasy in my opinion, and it's also kind of like intellectual aspect. I started the audiobook for, and I'm about 50% of the way through now, for Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I cannot get enough. It is so cute. It's so easy just to listen to in the background, and I cannot. It's adorable. It's easy to keep up with. It's not something that you have to like remember every tiny detail to because it's delivered so well. Highly recommend the audiobook. The narrator is incredible. Let me see who she is. Elle Potter and Michael Dodds. So the main characters in this, the main character is Emily Wilde obviously, but Wendell Bambleby is the male, and so the voice for Wendell is Michael Dodds. But Elle Potter, shut the fuck up. Come on. Perfect voice, perfect selection. Listening to this on 1.2 speed is so good. Her voice, her voice embodies this character. My first read this year was Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, and I think that Emily Wilde is Agnes in another life. It makes me so happy. Shut up. I didn't realize that I just got the book today. I just got this copy from Amazon for $9. I did not know that it was the first in a series. Book 1 of the Emily Wilde series. That makes me so happy. Okay, yeah, say less. I cannot wait for that to drop. No rush, but rush. Heather. By the way, it's by Heather Fawcett. Cannot recommend enough. Alongside this, when I'm feeling a little more serious and I have like more brain bandwidth to pay attention, I've been audiobooking 1984 by George Orwell. I think this is the best option for me for this book, strictly because I think that the narrator for this, and I just think that he was a really good choice. He has the same effect as Elle Potter for Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. That voice fits the character so well. This man's voice fits this character so well. And it is, I would say it's anxiety inducing as an idea, but it's reality, so that kind of sucks a little bit. Also, I just looked on the back of the book and it says, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. So, brings a little bit too true. Moving on. Since I finished Martyr, I've also finished Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, which was great. So I'm filming this video review next. And then I also finished Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I don't have a physical copy for that book yet. I had the audiobook. That will be next, which was so sweet and wholesome. Such a good book. I would love a sequel to that because at the end of that book, spoiler, the aquarium gets a second octopus, which winds up being a new octopus to replace the one that was prior, or was there prior. I would love a second book following Tova, Cameron, and more of the perspective of that new octopus, because it's a girl this time. Anyway, I would love to see that. That'd be great to me. And then I've also started, and have kind of fallen off a little bit of, but intend to finish it for sure, is The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. I tried to start the audiobook for this, and I think I tried to start the audiobook for that at a bad time, because I didn't have the bandwidth to actively work on what I was working on and listen to that and keep up. So I think I went through like 2 different like short stories or whatever in this, and then I realized like, okay, I'm not absorbing this. Like I've wanted to read this for a long time, so I think this book deserves for me to give it a fair shot, and that is not half-ass listening to the audiobook. So video for Blue Sisters, Remarkably Bright Creatures, and then Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies and The Anthropocene Reviewed and 1984 are all coming up shortly. Now, I still also have to make a video for my reading journal, which I haven't updated in a minute, so maybe I can make that happen during a video. The next big thing, which fuck my TBR, I guess, like this whole ass shelf right here, made a whole video about this and like the idea of wanting to read everything on this shelf because I already own it and haven't read it, and then I've not read a single thing on it. The one thing that I've started that was on it was The Anthropocene Reviewed, but otherwise nothing, and I went book shopping, so I shouldn't have done that. But there was no way I was not gonna do that. So the dopamine boost of being able to walk into a bookstore, get the books that you want, and walk out instead of having to like walk out empty-handed and order it from Amazon because you can actually afford Amazon prices. It's so much better. It feels so much better to be able to go in the store, find it on the shelf yourself without having to ask somebody for help, and then take it to the checkout or them to the checkout and pay and walk out with your goods, your haul. Anyway, I'm excited to start. Now I cannot say that I will finish it, but I am excited to start War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. It's almost 1,400 pages. So there's no shot that I'll finish this in time. I haven't even, it just dawned on me to look for an audiobook of War and Peace. I feel like that's not something I should do, but I am gonna look it up. Wow. War and Peace audiobook, Leo Tolstoy, 60 hours and 14 minutes, but a 4.7 star out of 5 stars rating. That's crazy. So who knows? Not me. Could happen. Definitely will start it. I broke it up into 85-page sections. So I was hoping, and this is my bookmark right in the middle, hoping that would make it more digestible for me, and I don't believe it did. Hopefully I have updates about this where I've actually read and progressed. Now the book haul. Okay, so one of my favorite book YouTubers, and if you've watched all my videos, you've heard me say this like 1,000 times already, is Jack Edwards, and he posted this video called Required Reading, and it was like top 10 favorite books of all time, like you have to read these before you die. 2 of these are from that, and there's 5 books here. So 2 of these are from that. The first one is Madonna in a Fur Coat by Sabahat Ali, and I don't know what to say about this yet, except that I've heard tons about it. Also, all of these have great ratings, and they're all thin. Like they're all like probably They're all about 200 pages. That would be a crazy boost from my reading, my reading numbers at the end of the year. Anyway, Madonna in a Fur Coat by Sabahat and Ali. A shy young man leaves behind his home in rural Turkey to learn a trade and discover life in 1920s Berlin. There, amidst the city's bustling streets, elegant museums, passionate politics, and infamous cabarets, a chance meeting with a beautiful half-Jewish artist transforms him forever. So, can't wait for this. This is the second one that came from Jack's list. All Fours by Miranda July was also on that list, and they did not have it in the store, so I'll have to pick that up at a later time. The cover gets me so much. I want it. It makes me happy. It makes my brain happy to look at. Orbital by Samantha Harvey, which is so funny that this is space-based when that whole like Katy Perry space expedition thing has just happened, and is so embarrassing for us as a country. Alongside so many other embarrassing things for us as a country. This has something that will get me to buy a book every single time. I cannot tell you why. I have a blind faith in this because I have listened to it so many other times with no reason. But it's this symbol right here. Booker Prize winner, sold. Sold. I've never read a Booker Prize winning book that I didn't like. So, Orbital by Samantha Harvey. A slender novel of epic power named a best book of the year by Oprah Daily and The Guardian, Orbital deftly snapshots one day in the lives of 6 women and men traveling through space, selected for one of the last space station missions of its kind before the program is dismantled. These astronauts and cosmonauts from America, Russia, Italy, Britain, and Japan have left their lives behind to travel at a speed of over 17,000 miles an hour as the Earth reels below. Profound and contemplative, Orbital is a moving elegy to our environment and planet. So I'm excited to see what this is about. This has endless praise. Like, the people can't shut up about it. So hopefully I'll be one of them soon. This next one has especially come up lately with the political climate, kind of, and like the gender issues and all the things. It was in my local bookstores, my local independent bookstores section as Reading as Resistance. It's I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. Deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, the women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night, and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above ground. Sounds interesting, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess that men put them there. This one I have heard about quite literally for years. I don't even know when it was published. I know at least 2 years I have heard about this in a row. No, 3. No, 2020. I heard about this during the pandemic from one of my favorite YouTubers who no longer is with us. I mean, she's alive still. It's Allison Pages. She's alive. She just hasn't been posting for her health reasons. So I first heard about this when it came out because it was published in 2020. Wow. Allison was on top of her stuff. Pew by Catherine Lacey. In a small, unnamed town in the American South, a church congregation arrives for a service and finds a figure asleep on a pew. The person is genderless and racially ambiguous and refuses to speak. One family takes in the strange visitor and nicknames them Pew. As the town spends the week preparing for a mysterious forgiveness festival, Pew is shuttled from one household to the next. Slowly, the void around Pew's presence begins to unnerve the community, whose generosity erodes into menace and suspicion. Yet by the time Pew's story reaches a shattering and unsettling climax at the forgiveness festival, the secret of who they really are, a devil or an angel or something else entirely, is dwarfed by even larger truths. Pew, Catherine Lacey's third novel, is a foreboding, provocative fable about the world today. With precision and restraint, one of our most beloved and boundary-pushing writers holds up a mirror to her characters' true selves, revealing the nature of forgiveness, perception, and the faulty tools society uses to categorize human complexity. Well said. Pew by Catherine Lacey. So the last one. I saw this, It's Clear by Karis Davies. I saw this somewhere, just the cover of it, and was like, oh, that's an interesting cover. And it's like a teapot inside of a wave. And then I saw it again, like this, not like this, on the shelf at Barnes & Noble yesterday. Driven by desperation, John, an impoverished Scottish minister, has accepted a job evicting the last remaining occupant of an island north of Scotland, Ivar, who has been living alone for decades with only the animals and the sea for company. Shortly after John reaches the island, he falls down a cliff and is found unconscious and badly injured by Ivar, who takes him home and tends to his wounds. As the men develop a tentative friendship, hundreds of miles away, John's wife, Mary, begins to worry and sets off to find him. Unfolding during the final stages of the infamous Scottish clearances, a period of the 19th century that saw whole communities of the rural poor driven off the land in a relentless program of forced evictions, this novel explores what binds us together in the face of insurmountable differences, the way history shapes our deepest convictions, and how the human spirit can endure despite all odds. I'm excited for this as well. It's also, like I said, they're all very short, and this one is spaced like a middle grade reading book. So, shouldn't take long, but might take me a long time, who knows. Oh, okay, a couple of other things that I wanted to just chat about or share. This paycheck was badly needed, as I'm sure you're gathering by this point, but I went to Walmart, which is like a 30-minute drive away from us, and it's only 30 minutes, or it's 30 minutes for only like 4 miles, but went to Walmart and was just browsing through like the face cream because I was like itching to try a new moisturizer. I got this one by Olay, and when I tell you, it's transformed my skin in like a week. It's like a brightening cream moisturizer, and my skin is softer, smoother. The texture is just gone. I mean, I've also been like washing and exfoliating my face, so, but there's like a softness to my skin that I've never felt without any added like oiliness or like any kind of residue on my skin after a few hours of wearing it. It's very light and very cooling. I'm not good at describing this, but it's wonderful, so I highly recommend. And then also had an interesting situation happen earlier today. So my mom passed away. We drove to Louisiana to go to the funeral and to see like our family and to wrap up some things, tie up some loose ends in Louisiana because we moved to Chicago from there. So we had to drive a 15-hour drive down. While we were down there, I went through like hers and my dad's house with my dad, and he was like clearing out things, getting rid of things he didn't need anymore, and just trying to lighten the load of things he had to take care of now that he was alone. So one of the things that I brought back that was my mom's, 2 of them were plants that I gave her, and the other 2 plants were plants that she's had for most of my life. Those are just 2 ivies. She loved like westerns, so she watched Gunsmoke a lot, and she named these 2 plants Ruth and Festus from characters in Gunsmoke. They have been in the same terracotta pots their whole lives. So I had no intention of changing that. They safely traveled up here in those pots, and I'm surprised they didn't take any damage at all, really. I think they lost maybe 2 leaves each on a whole big like vining plant. I regretted not getting the plant stands that they were on while I was there because they are so big that I can't just I don't have a surface big enough to put them on where they're out of the way. Like, they've been on our kitchen table since we got back in like the end of March. Yesterday I was out at TJ Maxx shopping for scrunchies and hair clips apparently. Was also on the lookout for 2 like tallish plant stands. Got them, brought them home, and then today took one of the plants off the table, drip tray and all terracotta, so it's heavy like clay, and the plants are huge as well. So took that, put it on top of the plant stand, and was sitting on like a chair near it, just like doing plant maintenance, trimming out like dead roots or dead stems that were at the base, taking off dead leaves. And then I walked away from the situation and I startled my dog, and he bumped into the bottom part of the plant stand that was very top heavy with a plant and a pot and a drip tray on it. It scared him to death. It scared me to death. It toppled over, crashed to the ground. Everything broke. The pot and the tray broke, like just shattered. Dirt went everywhere. The plant was okay. It didn't lose many leaves at all from this, which is a miracle. So I picked it up, put it in like a much smaller pot, just like the root ball basically. And then I went to Home Depot and got a giant pot for it, like what it was in before. I say giant compared to the pot that I had put it in temporarily after the plant's original pot broke. But got a new pot for it, got it planted, and got both of them on their stands in semi-permanent places. But I'm gonna have to like secure them to the wall with like a bracket or something because they're really top heavy. And this house is 180 years old, and they're on the top story. So the floor, like again, we're not tiny people, so when you walk around, like if you get too close to something on the wooden floor that's very like rickety and creaky, the creak comes from like the floor giving underweight, and the floor needed to be redone about 40 years ago. So everything wobbles when you step near it, and that sucks a lot, but it's just the reality of what it is. So I gotta anchor those to the wall, and then I should be all clear. So yeah, I just wanted to chat, say hi. So I'm gonna go get some stuff done, and I will talk to you in the next video, and I'll see you there. I hope you have a great rest of your day. It's Sunday here, 4:20, so blaze up. And I hope you have a great week. I don't know what day of the week this will be posted, but I hope you have a great week. Bye.